Hello everybody and welcome to Wisconsin Wonder Garden. Today we'll be taking a look at this awesome Pilea Peperomioid. I got this set right here at Meijer's, but they sell it at Pilea.com, and I thought this was a really cool concept with this plant. When it comes to the marketing aspect of this product, they did a really good job expressing that you can cut these, plant them, nurse them, and then give them to your family and friends, which is really cool and something that I love about succulents all around, and this Pilea is going to be a great addition to that. And just overall, I think a really neat product and cool for anybody getting into gardening, because this allows you to share your plants with your friends and family. If we look at the plant itself, you see it has very attractive circular petals here all around the entire plant. This should grow straight up and then keep on producing these offshoots here that you see. I'm going to go through some of the care requirements for this plant. It's not too picky at all, but I just want to give you guys the correct information that you need in order to be successful with this plant. So first off, we're going to start with lighting. It prefers a bright indirect light. Do not put them in a direct light if it's going to receive that direct light for most of the day. So like a south facing window, you do not want that in, because they're going to burn on the outside edges of the leaves, and it's not going to be a very attractive plant at that point. So make sure it's mostly indirect light, but lots of it. Next step is going to be making sure that you spin it at least 2 to 3 times a week. So let's get rid of this case here and just bring here, say we have this plant on our shelf here, our grow shelf. You're going to take this and maybe twice a week spin it around, or if you're doing it 3 times a week, just do it in thirds. 1, 2, 3, all the way around, just like that. What this is going to do is make sure that your plant doesn't grow up and then way over to one side or the other. It's going to allow you to make sure you have nice symmetrical growth around the entire plant. Like here you can see it's kind of leaning off to this side just a little bit. But if you make sure you rotate it, you're not going to have any of those problems whatsoever. So now on to watering. This is just like your typical indoor plant. You're going to want to water once dry. So if you've got a large enough basin of soil there, stick your knuckles down to the soil. If you don't feel any moisture down to your second knuckle, it's time to water. Typically it's going to be once a week as shown on the package here, but depending on where you guys are at, that might vary just a little bit. So in between 1 and 2 week waterings. The optimum temperature for this plant is about 65 to 75 degrees. If you guys can keep your house within that limit, or if you're very close to a window, just make sure it's not below 60 or 65 degrees and you'll have no problem. Up next is fertilizing the soil. What you're going to want to do, if you do prefer to fertilize, is fertilize at half strength during the spring and summer, and it really shouldn't require any fertilization during the winter. Last but not least, if you see discoloration or white spots on your Pilea Peperomioid, just set your watering container off to the side for a day or two so the chlorine and other chemicals can evaporate off. That way it's not going to get onto the plant and cause damage. Most likely that's the issues that you're seeing. If you do continue to see severe discoloration with this, make sure you have the correct amount of lighting, and as well as the fertilization and nutrient needs that we went through earlier. Thank you guys so much for watching. That was our very quick care tutorial on Pilea Peperomioides. Be sure to check out the channel as we have a ton of content on there. We'll see you in the next video.